cross?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Jarrett, do you recall your testimony yesterday?
Yes, I do.
And yesterday you testified that a 19-inch ballot image being imprinted on a 20-inch ballot did not happen in the 2022 general election. Did you recall that?
Yes, I recall that there was not a 19 ballot definition in the 2022 general election.
But that wasn't my question, sir. I asked you specifically about a 19-inch ballot image being imprinted on a 20-inch piece of paper. So are you changing your testimony now with respect to that?
No, I'm not. I don't know the exact measurements of a fit to paper printing. I know that it just creates a slightly smaller image of a 20-inch image on a 20-inch paper ballot.
Slightly smaller image. How come you didn't mention that yesterday?
I wasn't asked about that.
Well, I was asking you, is 19 inches smaller than 20 inches? It is, isn't it? Sure.
Yes.
So when I said, asked you questions about a 19-inch ballot image being imprinted on a 20-inch piece of paper, and you denied that that happened in the 2022 general election, did you not think it would be relevant to say, hey, by the way, there was this fin-to-print image issue that we discovered?
Your Honor, I object. The council is misstating Mr. Jarrett's testimony from yesterday.
Okay. Once again, if he's able to understand the question and answer it, he can do so. If you don't understand it or you need it rephrased, you can do that as well, Mr. Jarrett. If you're able to answer, please do so.
What I recall from yesterday's questioning was that there was a 19-inch definition, which that did not occur, ballot definition.
So if your testimony reflects my question, or strike that, if the back and forth between our question and answer shows me asking you specifically about a 19-inch ballot image being printed on a 20-inch piece of paper, you are now saying that you interpreted that as a ballot definition issue?
Yes, that's correct.
And you wouldn't think it would be relevant, even in that circumstance, to say, hey, we learned about this fit-to-print issue. Did you know about the fit? When did you learn about this fit-to-print issue?
When we started doing the audit reconciliation of those DOR 3 ballots, we identified some of those ballots had then a fit to paper issue.
And when was that?
I don't remember the exact dates, but a few days after Election Day.
And who told you about that?
Our ballot tabulation team and our audit review team that was then doing the inspection of the DOR 3 ballots.
So, and I believe your testimony was that you discovered this only in 3 vote center locations, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So, did you look at the other locations to see if this so-called fit-to-print issue arose at other locations?
We looked at all the DOR 3 misread ballots that were in the secure DOR 3, and we didn't identify any of those that a fit to paper issue.
Fit to paper issue. So if evidence showed up that there was a 19-inch ballot imprinted on a 20-inch piece of paper out of the Anthem location, that's not one of the locations that you identified, is it?
I did not identify that from Anthem.
When did this so-called adjustment to the printer settings happen on Election Day that gave rise to this fit-to-print issue?
I don't have the specific time, but it was during the course of Election Day.
And was this fit-to-print issue, how did those settings get changed? Was it at the direction of somebody from Maricopa or just somebody on their own doing it?
It was not at the direction of anyone from Maricopa County.
So was the change in the settings in response to tabulator issues?
So
Change in the settings in response to tabulator issues?
So we believe, at least at one of the sites, one of the technicians was attempting to troubleshoot and then made that change.
So if other sites, if the tabulator issues arose immediately before any technician made any changes to the print settings, then your theory of a fit-to-print issue would not be correct. Yes?
No, I disagree.
So when would the changes to the printer settings have been made?
So the reason I know it didn't occur prior is because during our test prints, prior to election day, there was no identified fit to paper setting issue.
And when was that?
We do that during when we're setting up each voting location. We run test prints on all of the printers.
And how would you know that it didn't arise?
It was never reported back through our chain of custody from the technicians to up to me, which they would have reported that to me.
Why do you think they would have reported it to you?
Because I meet with the team routinely and throughout the day, and I've even asked them subsequently, and they've said that they never identified it during any of the setups.
So did you have a meeting with all these technicians and ask them this question?
I had a meeting with our command center
Okay.
teams.
Were all the technicians asked about this fit-to-print issue?
I don't know if all the technicians were.
Is there any documentation of any inquiry about this fit-to-print issue?
I don't know if there's any documentation.
So you said you performed a root cause analysis to determine how these problems arose on election day?
We're in the process of performing a root cause analysis.
And as part of that root cause analysis, you determined that there was this fit-to-print issue in 3 locations, correct?
That's correct.
Is there any documentation preceding yesterday's testimony that identifies this issue?
As part of, yes, there is some documentation.
What documentation?
So some of our audit reconciliation forms that identified the 3 locations.
And what do those audit reconciliation forms show?
They show the number of check-ins from voting locations. They show the number of door 3 ballots, and then notes based off our audit reconciliation.
Okay. Does it say fit-to-print issue was the cause, or words to that effect on those forms?
It actually is using the term shrink to fit, not fit to
Shrink to fit. Shrink to fit. And was that determined to be the cause, or is that was that an assumption as a possibility?
It was determined to be the cause for those 3 locations, for the ones that wouldn't be read at the voting location and then be read at central count.
And again, you did not mention this in your testimony yesterday, did you?
I did not.
Did you publish anywhere that there was this shrink to fit issue after the election?
We've not.
So you didn't tell the public, hey, we've discovered, I mean, you're performing a root cause analysis and you find out that there was this shrink to fit issue that gave rise to problems in the tabulators, and you did not inform the public about this.
We're still in the process of our root cause analysis.
Okay. With respect to the chain of custody issues that you testified to, does Maricopa County know the exact number of ballots that come in, election day ballots, not early vote ballots,